Okay, for communication skills, the best thing what we as a team we discussed, and then presentation is one, where the communication, the candidate or the incumbent will present himself in verbal, everything we can. That's more important for a customer service, communication skills. So presentation is one, and through role play exercise like the.
So like I want to ask, you all said role play. So what kind of a role play one can do?
See, for example, being a customer service, one person will be acting as a customer service as a customer, and other will be the company Virgin employee. So they can interchange the roles, and we can observe.
Right, right. So actually, what we did was, the what we wanted to also, so through a telephone, so we would actually make this candidate the Virgin employee, right, and customer service champion, and the person that is the customer would actually say that I have bought this handset, all right, and now, hey, what is this? Irated means very angry customer.
Angry customer.
Okay.
Yes.
And that too the phone, not face to face, because dealing with face to face at least to certain extent, but over the phone and shouting and saying, hey.
Yeah. That's
so tell me, supposing you are the Virgin customer, and I am actually the customer, you are the employee and I'm the customer, and I'm saying, hey, what is this, Shami? I didn't expect this kind of a service, and I'm shouting out. How will you respond? Tell me. I'm doing a role play. How are you going to? This is what you're going to give me. You say you're going to give me best service.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Relax. Let me understand your issue.
What relax? Yeah, I'm not able to relax.
I'm there to give a
so
solution.
Much of money.
I'm here to give a solution. What actually happened? Let me understand what actually happened.
You guys are only talking about solutions. You're not doing anything.
We will do right away.
So many tickets are raised.
Let me hear what. Now you are speaking to me. I can give a solution now. Let me understand what is the actual issue. That's the way I approach.
Okay. Now, say for example, sometimes you're also using unparliamentary language. No, many times people. So at that time, as a Virgin employee, how will you? I'm using unparliamentary language. How are you going to respond, Swati? You are a female employee, and I, as a man, I'm actually shouting out and all that. Now you tell me how you're going to respond.
Just
tell me what you will do exactly. Not. I want you to role play it.
So I know the frustration that you're having right now, but I am not very comfortable with the language that you're using, and I would request you to use more professional.
So what, you're not comfortable? Because I'm pained. I don't know what to do.
No, I know, and I'm right here to help you with that. That's the job that I'm going to do, and I'll try my best to help you out here. But again, coming back, I would really request you to use more professional tone and words.
So why sometimes you want to role play? And because if, say for example, these are the critical incidents often happening, so I want to test, is she having that kind of composure, or is she able to deal with pressure, and somebody is doing unparliamentary? Let me tell you, simple thing. Yes, sir, I understand, but you are using unparliamentary language. So, and I hope you know that this call is being recorded. That's good enough, and it will play up against you. When you say it is recorded and it will play up against him, that's where you will see that a lot of people are very, very careful then.
Careful, yes.
Are you getting me? On the job, nobody is supposed to be using any. So I want to see what confidence, so role play will let out a lot of things. Okay? All right, guys. Or say, for example, like even in role play, if you want to see customer focus also, as you have written readily, you can identify. Yes, guys, carry on.
Yeah, next is customer focus, right?
What is this? PHY test?
Yeah, that is psychometric test.
Okay,
We
okay.
added.
Okay. All right.
Somewhere we thought one
Tell
of the
me, we'll come to that last. So, who was doing?
Customer focus. For customer focus, in-tray would be and role play. In these two, we can identify how customer focus are oriented. That
So, what are those things you will put in the in-tray for customer focus?
will list out all the activities.
Some letters of
Yes.
customer priority. Is
Priority.
he giving priority to those things or not? Is he just delegating and say, okay, fine, they will be done. So you can also have those kind of things. Okay. Resilience, outbound, absolutely. And BI, good. Problem solving and decision making, yeah. In-tray, case study, BI, okay. Achievement oriented. What kind of a psychometric test will you do? Achievement oriented.
More of
Ma'am, there's one which is based on McClellan's theory, which is need for achievement that measures.
I will recommend all of you to read that excellent book on McClellan motivation. Now, McClellan actually said, to need for achievement, need for affiliation, which is called NF, and need for power, affiliation, achievement. Now you can test all these three needs, which are internal needs. There are external and internal. So these are internal. External is what? I'll give compensation. I will give some kind of a reward. I will give promotion. I might be happy, but there is something called internal, right? What we talked about in the iceberg model. So there, very interesting test is, I'm sure some of you, if you have done psychology, you will know this Rorschach test or the TAT, thematic person test. What does it mean? This is called a projective test. Okay, what is a projective test? That means I will show you a picture and I want you to tell a story. So five pictures, there are some standard pictures of that, and then I will just show you for 30 seconds and you have to write a story. Okay, and based on that, whatever story you have written, I will then start analyzing and coding, and will say there's a high need for affiliation, or there's a high need for achievement, or there's a high need for power. Good. Okay. And team working, of course, role play and OBT will actually give you a very good result. Yes. I think excellent work here, unless of course some have been, did everybody participate? Good work.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now you have all these tests which are measuring this. Now, before you break for tea, can you just...
I'll stop.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I also have a question. Please
now
let me know when I can ask.
1 second. Please, I will take, but because it's now as a... Because you have done this, then I want to show that. Okay. So, what will you do? You have done the tools and tests, okay? Now you will have behavioral indicators. So what are you going to actually observe? What the person is actually saying or doing, okay? So you can't just write because you are judging that person and you have written a conclusion. You are not writing your own opinion or inferences. Rather, you are writing exactly what the person is doing, which is observable. Why? Because I told you, there are certain behaviors which are required. If I want to measure, say, for example, teamwork, there are certain behaviors that person has to exhibit. Either if you have said role play or OBT or team, he has to exhibit. So when you are actually observing that person and writing those specific behaviors, they can be grouped. And then you can say, yes, then you will conclude that construct saying that he is showing planning and organizing, right? Like, for example, if I want to measure planning and organizing, there are a set of observable behaviors, right? Not right what is he exhibiting. Got it? Only then you will assess these against the indicators easy at a level 1, level 2,
Hmm.
level 3, level 4, level 5. So therefore, it is actually closely watching what he has done and putting a rating to that. You are not judging. You are not getting influenced by anything. Got it? Like for example, even if I were to say, got it? Say for example, team building, 5, 4, 3, 2. What do these numbers mean? That means that intensity.
Yes.
1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. So these are the behaviors. Now, when you look at your behavioral indicators, what are they indicating? The intensity. Is it indicating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So all that you need to do is you have to just then write and say, this is indicating 3. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I think, was it Tara who was asking me? Yeah.
Swati ma'am.
Okay. Sorry, Swati. Huh.
No worries.
I'm
My one answer is already, the question that I had was on these parameters itself, that how do assessors actually assess? I mean, they should have a predefined parameters based on which they should assess. So that question is answered after this. Another question is, right now we looked at the Virgin Mobile customer care champions JD, and then we plotted the competencies and the tools. Depending on what behaviors we are going to assess. So the bars may differ. Maybe it's a different company. It's an automobile company now, and we are looking for a customer care, again, champion or whatsoever. So now they will have their competencies and bars. So
they may have the same
Yeah.
competency, customer service guy, but the context is different.
Different.
So it will again vary. Behaviors will vary.
Right. So in
Because
that
the
case-
context of a virgin guy will be so different from the context of a manufacturing or a automobile guy.
yes.
Are you getting me? That's why context is very, very different. Important.
True. So will that also mean that the tools that we are using could also vary depending on the bars that we are assessing?
The tools
Maybe.
will typically, say for example, an in-tray, but what you will put in the in-tray will vary, no?
Hmm.
That
The
will vary
role
from
play
Content.
will vary,
content.
context will vary. The
Hmm.
name, role play may be the same, but the story will differ.
Yeah, but the
Because-
Right.
competencies will remain the same as what you're saying, right?
The
So-
label will remain the same.
Okay. That was
But
my
behaviors will be different. Because for an automobile guy, the customer service is very different from a service guy.
Service guys. Yes. Entirely different.
Getting me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to enter into a very interesting one now. To again do the simulation for you all. I'm sure Vilma has already sent you that moon landing thing. So take a
Yes.
very small break. Now it is 3:54. Please be back by 4:05 sharp. Okay.
Okay.
We'll do the moon landing. So all of you will go to the moon now.